Alright, we have sort of a surprise game here. It's going to be Jokingly versus Micah for, once again, the Season 7 Cup. And this is the top 16 now. Looks like Jokingly is going first. And I'm not actually sure how many packs are legal for this. It looks like Ebb and Flow is not live yet for the Cup. Let's see. Jokingly is going to open with an Envoy here. Lots of low-cost characters on both sides. Crab finds the Palace, which is really good, but these characters are not ideal. He's going to have to work with it, though. He will get the Passing Fate. So I expect both players to bid 5 here. Both Brash Samurai get bought. You pretty much always bid 5 on turn 1 these days, regardless of what clan you're playing. Yep. So hopefully that means Jokingly will find at least one conflict character. A skirmisher would be pretty good. Wouldn't mind a Wayfinder either. Interesting Crane deck here. So it looks like the deck name for Crane is Too Lazy to Test for 1 week metas, and that makes sense. He is running Dragon Splash with 3 Let Go, 1 Ancient Master, 1 Tattooed Wanderer. Ancient Master is a pretty good card. It turns out 2 Glory on a 1-drop conflict character is pretty good. Micah could actually get favor here if he just passes both conflicts and then plays an Ancient Master, but that would be pretty crazy. Jokingly is going to go into next turn with a sizable fate advantage. We see the Whisper attack. Finds Meditations. So lucky hit for Micah there. And we see, a double defense. What ring is this? This is the water ring, yeah, so defense makes sense here. I'm gonna assassinate one of the Brash Samurais, seems good. So now if he has the, what do you call it, Skirmisher, that's gonna be really good since there's only one Brash Samurai, you can covert him. Maybe go Void Ring. We'll see if he tries to win this conflict though. You just pass here, right? Like, it's the water ring, so yeah, just pass. Because actually winning that ring is not going to do anything for either player. It probably won't matter for favor either because of this Imperial Palace. As Crab, you don't really need to get favor, you just need to stop Crane from getting favor. So if they tie, then it's fine. We do see the Skirmisher, nice. So we'll see what province he finds here. Putting 1 fate on this means that if he does find Meditations, he's going to lose that fate, but since it's on a skirmisher, that's not really a big deal. He's probably hoping to find Art of Peace, would be maybe the best one. Manicured Garden, that's fine as well. It's just going to mean more fate for Crane. And if Jokingly has a Spreading the Darkness, we might see him play that here and try to just break this and discard the Guest of Honor. He decided to go for the Fire Ring. Interesting. So he's going to dishonor the Brash Samurai, it looks like. Or maybe even honor the Skirmisher to potentially turn off Voice of Honor. I feel like I like the Void Ring. Oh wait, Micah still has one conflict left. So he's actually doing this because the Brash Samurai is still going to get to honor itself. And if he did Void here, then Brash Samurai could go into Meditations for free. Yeah, so that actually makes sense. Yep, so he's going to win, dishonor the Brash Samurai. We do not see a Spreading the Darkness, so not going to get the province break there. We'll see what happens on this attack, though. Micah is choosing the Air Ring, and he's going to go for this Iron Mine. No defense, uses Manicured Garden. Brash Samurai honors himself, and we see a pass. So yeah, like this is fine, I think, if you're Jokingly. We see Away the Crane. I think even if this breaks, it's like, it's not really the end of the world. Because Micah is having to spend cards on it. We do see a Wayfinder, though. It's going to find the Art of Peace. Which means that he can go ahead and farm that if he needs to. Ooh, Steward of Law. So Stronghold, yep. Is there a For Shame? If he plays For Shame now, I think you're happy with that. Like, he's spent 2 cards on this conflict, you've spent 1. For Shame would be 3 to 1. Hey Grody, how's it going? So I think, like, even though, yeah, he does have the For Shame, even though your province is getting broken here, I think you're fine with this. What we might even see, well, I guess you can't play away the Crab in the Fate phase now because Voice of Honor. You could still go for it, I guess. All you're losing is a Skirmisher and you're getting a Voice of Honor out. We'll see. Puts a Fate on the Envoy. Yeah, so actually you do it on the Envoy. I forgot that the Vanguard Warrior was there. Wow. This is, yeah, some unfortunate crab draws here in the Dynasty side. Kaio Envoy and Vanguard Warrior turn 1 and 2. That's pretty bad. I mean, if there's any good news, I guess it's that he's going to have a ton of Fate in this next turn. And you can keep the Wayfinder around with the Vanguard Warrior to keep Gaijin Customs turned on. Wow, plays Asami with 4 Fate. So this could potentially lose really hard to Way of the Crab in the Fate phase if he doesn't have a way to honor her in the cancel. It's going to be drawing 5 more cards though. He actually puts a Fate on the Vanguard Wire. Interesting. So it looks like he's going to be keeping that for next turn, since there's not really a particularly good target to save here. And again, with both of these Coyote Envoys leaving play, he will... Okay, bids 3 to 5, so he's going to take some honor, and he'll still get back up to even on cards after he draws here. And he'll be up 4 Fate, so that's not bad. He still has the Imperial Palace as well, so he should be able to keep favor, unless it gets broken. We might see the Brash Samurai attack at Meditations. Thinking about the Earth Ring here. Four Fate on her, yeah. I mean, 4 Fate meta, right? Not too much to say about that. Like I was saying, this does potentially leave him pretty vulnerable to a Way of the Crab play. Maybe even if you have the Assassinate, you're only on 8 honor. So playing another Assassinate. Ooh, he's actually attacking a different province. And he has switched to the Void Ring. Interesting. I feel like Void Ring isn't particularly valuable here because... you're just voiding off a Vanguard Warrior, which is not a whole lot of value. And you don't really care too much about the Void Ring on yourself because Asami has 4 Fate. This is turn 2. Yep. Crab has unfortunately flipped a Kaio Envoy and a Vanguard Warrior, and then 2 holdings on both turns. Of course, that does mean Crane is going to have a hard time getting the favor. We see a big defense here. Well, I say big. They're small characters, but a lot of them. He does have the favorable ground. We're going to see the Stronghold used. A wide defense, yeah. That's a good way to put it. Let's see. So this Crane deck is 25 events, 6 attachments, 9 conflict characters. And he does have a reasonable amount of Fate. So if he has a Tattooed Wanderer, he can play that here, although it would probably be better to save that as an attachment. We see a pass, so he's just going to give this up. The only other thing would be like a Fine Katana or a Bonsai. So jokingly can attack now. Maybe you just do like, I think if you attack it's either earth or fire. Fire might actually be better. To try and dishonor this Asami. Although earth is good too because it has a fate. I don't know, it's hard to say. It looks like he is choosing fire. Gonna go back at Manicured Garden, so Micah is gonna have plenty of fate this game. And interestingly, this is a political attack. I'm actually not sure why he chose political here. So he can favorable ground home here and just let this go. I think military was better though. Actually, you probably just Crane Stronghold first, so nope. Uses Asami. Potentially a mistake there, not using the Crane Stronghold first. Ooh, court games. So Asami is going to get honored here, which will probably protect him from Way of the Crab. Yeah, I think you should go military fire there and just try to win and dishonor Asami, because if she defends, she's only one skill unless he has like a Way of the Crane. With Way of the Crane, it would be 3-3. That's if he commits both characters. I guess it loses to Katana if you only commit one as well, and he's happy to put a Katana on a forfeit character. We saw Jokingly try to play a court games, but it got Voice of Honored. So spending a Voice of Honor there, probably has another one still. Steward of Law is going to come out here. And so firing has been taken now. Let's see, what do you go? Probably Earth. I think Earth is the best choice here. Yeah, gonna go Political Earth at Meditations. And you probably just defend with Wayfinder. Wow, finds Shameful Display. That's actually probably good for Micah. I think maybe you actually just defend with the Vanguard Warrior here, unless you have another conflict character. He is going to defend with both, though, it looks like. And probably honor this Vanguard Warrior. I'm not sure why you defend with both. I guess this plays around Admit Defeat. I think that's the only reason. Yeah, there's one Admit Defeat. And this will actually turn off Way of the Crane if he has a conflict character to Way of the Crab. Or not Way of the Crane, Voice of Honor in the Fate phase. If he defends with one, it just gets boxed. Not the Vanguard Warrior, because he can honor it. Oh wait, it's 2 or less. Yeah, that's true. For some reason I was thinking it was 1 or less. But yeah, Admit Defeat as well. In case he had a fan. So he does win this, I think, which is good, unless Crane has some more cards to play. We see Jokingly pass. Let's see if Crane has anything else. Winning this is pretty big because you deny the ring and then you also get the keeper fate, which is less important since you have so much fate. Ooh, assassination on the Vanguard Warrior. That's pretty painful. So, if you have another conflict character, do you just play it? I think you just have to play it here. Right, yeah. Plays Wayfinder, finds Shameful Display, that's good. Defender's still winning now. And there's no more assassination now that he's already played one, so Micah will have to have something else. 7 cards left. Could have another for shame. A fan, I guess, would do it. Another conflict character, maybe. And it looks like the conflict character is going to be the play. Ooh, we see Watch Commander on Wayfinder. Unfortunately, Micah's already played 2 cards, but wasn't really a good way to play that sooner. So now if any more cards are committed, it is going to mean an honor loss. We see a let go. So that's 1 honor. And pretty good to get him to spend the let go on a Watch Commander. Especially when he's still losing 1 honor for it. Although now he is back to losing the conflict. Has a Spyglass. It's good. There's a fan on the Ancient Master. Ooh, if jokingly, you can't play Assassinate here because of Voice of Honor. Unless you want to be really risky. I can't imagine he would just play that Voice of Honor though, and not have another one. I feel like he probably has another Voice of Honor here. You could just take the risk though. We see a pass. Ooh, Earthring discards Way of the Crab. So that's actually good. If Micah has another Voice of Honor, you probably weren't going to get to play that anyway. Jokingly has to pass his conflict, but he gets to keep the favor. And hopefully now we see some good characters for Crab. Crab's still up 1 card, up 1 honor, and they're tied on fate. Down 1 province break. Micah probably thinking about what he wants to discard here. He probably discard... Okay, discards the Cautious Scout. Interesting. Okay, Kisada's good. Hida Guardian's good with 2 holdings. So not bad here for Crab. Yep, we see Hida Guardian and then probably Kisada with... there's no Cloud the Mind in Crane deck. There is Noble Sacrifice, which you have to watch out for, but... I don't know, I would just do 2 Fate on Kisada. We see Narishma. You're getting the passing Fate though, so if you really wanted to, you could do 3, and he does do 3. Unless Crane passes here, I guess, but that seems like it would be crazy. Ooh, he does pass, wow. and gonna slam that 5-bit again. It goes all the way down to 4 honor. Hopefully Micah has a political rival in his hand. I think that's the card that he really wants here. We see another Spyglass on Casada. That was jokingly's last fate. Like reverse commentator's curse. Yeah, maybe. Wow, Micah 9 fate to 0 though. That's a pretty wild difference. So yeah, if he has the political rival, then he should be able to get a pretty good turn here. Yeah, jokingly does not have the fate for a reprieve here. Unless he attacks water or air, but those both seem not great. It looks like he is going to go water, though, to get that fate. Interesting. He does have the favorable ground here. And this is a 7 military attack. So, what jokingly would probably like to happen here is Micah doesn't defend and this just breaks, and then he doesn't have a favorable ground anymore. So Micah is going to defend with the Narishma. Casada is active, so whatever his first action is will be cancelled. Yeah, like, I think the only thing you're really worried about here as Crab is the Noble Sacrifice. Other than that, like, obviously the political rival, yeah, he can use Doji Narishma, or Daidoji Narishma, to eat Casada's cancel. We see pass, find katana, saving it for different conflict, yeah, possibly. He will need to place something here if he doesn't want to give up this break. And playing a katana on the no fate Narishma feels a little bit bad. Yeah, you could favorable ground out, although then you're losing 1 honor, and you're down to 3 honor, which is pretty low. And then you would have to burn Narishma's action and the favorable ground, and then what are you going to do the next conflict? It does look like he's going to do something here, though. Attempts to initiate. Okay, he's going to gain 1 fate. So now you can favorable ground home for free, and that is what he's going to do. Although that does mean he will lose 1 honor. And the Water Ring will bow the Ancient Master, maybe? What happened? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a bug, huh? It says what card that he tried to reveal, but then the action got canceled, so he actually knows what card is here now. And he should not know that. Probably won't matter too much. It's just a storehouse. But yeah. It also shouldn't say when your opponent is trying to play conflict characters before they drop on the board. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, that's just... I don't know. Like... I feel like that's... Ooh, he bowed Nourishment. Interesting. I think I would have bowed the Ancient Master. But yeah, like, that's not really a problem as much because you just don't click on it unless you know you're going to play it. Whereas with this one, that actually gave him information that he should not have. So that's a problem. We see double defense. Spyglass draws a card. Going to play Rebuild. Ooh. So rebuilding an Iron Mine here for the super big Heated Guardian. How many Assassinates are in the Crane deck? 2 Assassinates. So if he has another Assassinate here, that'll be huge. Oh wait, he can't play it. He's on 3 Honor. But Asami can steal an honor, but he has to cancel it first. But it's political, so he can just use Stronghold. Oh gosh, a lot going on here. Yeah. He actually uses a Voice of Honor to cancel Rebuild. And I think we'll see him... If he has Assassinate, I think he uses Crane Stronghold. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that he does have it. He does use that to cancel Kasada. So now we see the Heated Guardian buff. Oh no, he plays another Rebuild. One, two, three, four. So he actually could have used Heated Guardian there and prevented Asami from using her ability. Ooh, we see policy debate though. Should Kasada not have cancelled Voice of Honor? Kasada is only action abilities. Yeah, so it has to specifically say bold action : whereas Voice of Honor is an interrupt. So that doesn't count. So yeah, Crane is going to win that policy debate. And we see Court Games, Skirmisher, Reprieve, Spreading the Darkness, Mountain. Ooh. So he can't get rid of Mountain. Can get rid of Court Games, Reprieve. Skirmisher doesn't matter this turn, right? Yeah, discards Court Games, that seems correct. So now you probably... Now you buff the Wayfinder. He didn't use Asami. Yeah, so not using Asami was potentially a mistake there, unless he can turn that back on. Because now we can see a Mountain Does Not Fall on this Wayfinder. Unless there's a third Voice of Honor, I guess. Micah is on Dragon Splash, yes. Got that Ancient Master. We've seen 1 let go, 1 Ancient Master, so there's 2 let go and a Tattooed Wanderer left. Yeah, we do see the Mountain Does Not Fall, and Micah has passed. So yeah, forgetting to use Asami I think was actually a pretty big mistake. Late to the party, what did I miss? Hey, Nix. Well, you missed turn 1 and 2 Crab flipping Kaiju Envoy, Vanguard Warrior, and 2 holdings, so that was fun. But then he finally found Kasada. So yeah, the problem with not using Asami is that if you have Assassinate now, you just can't play it. I guess it would be pretty dangerous to play anyway. but after you played Policy Debate, "12 saves? What are we talking about?" Ooh, we see a Steward of Law. So maybe he actually passed to try and bait out that. Um, ooh, Spreading the Darkness. Very nice. So this is going to prevent a... So let go to discard the Spyglass. This will force the Stronghold. Oh yeah, now that Iron Mine's on the board, Assassinate would not be a very good play. That's true, Bill. Um, yeah, so now you grab Stronghold probably. He can bow the Seat of Guardian if he has the For Shame. Hi, Tristram Wolf. Poor value let go, yeah. Both of the let goes have just been used for one skill basically this game, which is not the best. Ooh, Jokingly wins. So interesting that he played the Steward of Law there. I'm not sure why he did that. That means Jokingly is going to get to resolve the air ring and take one more honor. And then if this goes unopposed, and this could actually... Micah has to have a conflict character or he just probably loses the game here. Ooh, he passes. Wait, he has to have... Okay, so he has to have Way of the Crane now. Did he just throw the game? Hold on. Why did he play the Steward of Law into that conflict? I'm very confused. Oh wow, he wow. That's the craziest noble sacrifice I've ever seen in my life. So he noble sacrificed Asami to kill his own ancient master. To gain an honor because Asami was honored. That's pretty crazy. Why didn't he just save the Steward of Law? Why did he... There's no reason to play Steward of Law into that conflict unless you have For Shame, and if you have For Shame, then you play it on the Envoy, right? And you win the conflict, unless there's another card. I'm so confused. Like, it keeps him in the game for another turn, but he just loses now, right? There's a 2-Fate Casada with a Spyglass. Yeah, he didn't get to trigger... He made the mistake of playing a Policy Debate instead of triggering Asami. You would be tied on skill if you For-Shamed the Guardian, so Asami is... well, that's nice, it's blocking my view. Asami is more skill, though, if I recall correctly, so he still wouldn't have been able to use it. But there was a window where he could have used Asami that he chose to Policy Debate instead, and then jokingly buffed up, so he couldn't use Asami anymore. There's a Shrewd Yasuki. It's a good card, especially with only 3 cards in hand. Crane's just going to buy this whole board here. I mean, Crane did have, like, what, 11 Fate? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 Fate? Yeah, if you Asami before a debate and then win with a For Shame by tying the skill, that would definitely have been a better line. Like, a lot better. But we don't actually know if he had a Force Shame. But if you don't have the Force Shame, then I don't see why you play the Steward of Law there and not just save it to defend. Right? And then you don't lose the honor, and then you don't have to noble sack. Yeah, like imagine if he had a Sami on this board with 2 Fate honored. It's just such a big difference. I don't know. I mean, also just let go Spyglass on sight, deny card draw. Yeah, I mean, Micah's a really good player, so my best guess is that he's just, he just made some mistakes this game. Everyone makes mistakes. But, yeah, definitely like to see after the game is over what the thought process was there. I think that's the first time I've ever actually seen someone noble sack to kill 2 of their own characters, and it was actually like the correct play technically. Ooh, Watch Commander on Kasada, first action. So Crane literally can't play cards. This is political, so he can bow the Shrewd Yusuke. Yeah, Watch Commander is pretty good here. Yeah, so he can Crane Stronghold, but it just gets canceled by Kasada. He should have used Kaizen, right? Or maybe he wants to doji. Maybe he wants to use Kaizen still and just send himself home. Because I guess if you use that on Kasada, then he just strongholds next, and then you can't box him anymore. Shrewd Yasuki's gonna find a card. Micah is still winning, so he passes. Probably see Crab Stronghold. Yep. And now you doji Challenger, I imagine. Probably send Kaizen home. Yeah. Yeah, I think you Kaizen duel and just send him home probably. And pull Guardian as well, yeah. This is political. If you pull Guardian in, I think jokingly might be able to just send Kasada home. Especially if Kaizen leaves, because then it's 6. Well, if you send Kasada home, Watch Commander's gone, so you can't really do that, I guess. Except you pick the target on Kaizen. So he can choose Yasuki, bid 1, and Kaizen wins. Yeah, that's true. No, we don't see that, though. He's just gonna send himself home. Ooh. We knew he had a second mountain in hand, and he's gonna play that on Kasada. Yeah, he does. Yeah, you probably said that right before he played it, but yeah, he did have the second mountain. Hida Guardian gets pulled in. Probably send him home with favorable ground. Do you send home the Guardian or the Yasuki? I don't know how much it matters. So if you send home the Guardian, you can still use the ability in another conflict. If you send home the Yasuki, he's just one more political skill. He is going to choose the Guardian. Interesting. Maybe he has a conflict character he's going to play and buff it up with the Guardian. Like, he could have another Skirmisher. He only has 2 Wayfinders in the deck, so the only other conflict characters left are Skirmishers. If he does have one here, that would be pretty big. Doesn't forget to use meditations. Big brain. Ooh, he has a skirmisher. Nice. Oh, did we see that last turn, actually? Yeah, we did see that, didn't we? Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, we actually knew he had a skirmisher. Just pretend I didn't say that. So skirmisher gonna go. Ooh, he's gonna go fire. Dishonor one of the Zero Fate characters, I guess. Forced to defend with Stuart. If you have assassinate, you just assassinate him and win. Nope, doesn't have it. This is gonna be a win though if Micah doesn't have anything. Fire is the right choice here. It threatens win, yeah. Think I would have coverted Stuart. How many for shames used? One, I think. Yeah, only one for shame. Oh. Yeah, Stuart stops the dishonor. It looks like jokingly forgot about that as well. So yeah, he definitely should have coverted the Stuart, actually. And maybe you throw the Heated Guardian in there as well, so you can guarantee the win. So he's just going to honor the Yasuki. That's fine. Just honor Kasada. Well, there was only one Noble Sack in the Crane deck, so I think honoring Yasuki is actually just better. Yeah, jokingly, his first player next turn, he can just get an air ring. Going water, covert Stewart. Yeah, that's true. That would be good as well. Yeah, I think that would win. The only way you lose is if Kasada dies. Well, how does Kasada die if he's dishonored? We already saw the Noble Sack. There's no other way for him to die, right? Yeah, there's only one Noble Sack. Yeah. So jokingly, he's gonna go ahead and break meditations, get the Earth Ring, discards a Fine Katana. And he knows what these last two are. I think he's seen both of them with Wayfinders. He knows which one is Shameful Display and which one is Art of Peace. I don't think it'll matter too much though. Like, you just go all in air and dishonor him, right? Since Kasada has a Watch Commander, Crane will have to play cards before the conflict. So Crab will literally just be able to see on board whether he can win or not. Vanguard Warrior, Zero Fate. Probably play Borderlands Defender as well, just in case. But yeah, I think this should be game for Crab here. Yeah, we've seen all three Stewarts. If Crab goes air, he goes only Kasada. Well, what I'm thinking is, Crab's gonna go air, and he's literally gonna, since Kasada has the Watch Commander, he can literally just see on board how much skill both sides will have, Crane will have to play any cards before the conflict. So, like, Crab just wins, right? Yeah, we see Fine Katana. You just go all in at Art of Peace. Or Shameful? No, probably Art of Peace. What's one fate gonna do, right? We see a Way of the Crane, but again, Crab is still just gonna have more skill here, I think. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. To 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, that's just it, right? Like, you literally can't do anything. Kaizen defends, first action duel Yasuki. Well, first action will get canceled by Kasada, so he can't. Yeah, and Kaizen doesn't pick either. It's your opponent must choose a character. That would make him playable, yeah. But yeah, it's just gonna get canceled by Kasada, and he doesn't have any other actions on board that he can use in this conflict. And he can't play a card because of Watch Commander, so... Oh, plays Bonsai, yeah, so that's gonna be the game there. Yeah, there's nothing left that Micah could do at that point. Forgot box on that political attack. Wonder which attack that was. Three honor swing. I'm guessing that was the one where he attacked Aaron to defend the wall. Yeah, it was the not using Asami when he had the chance, and then playing the Steward of Law when he didn't have For Shame. Missequenced Asami, yeah. So yeah, just some mistakes, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't think people really play Kaizen, so I'm actually not sure why Micah is running him. Does he always play Kaizen? He has 3. Yeah, most people don't run Art of Peace either. But yeah, I know that is sort of a card that Micah likes. So he plays it. But yeah, that's going to be it for the game. Definitely a really interesting one. Those turn 1 and 2 flips for Crab were far from ideal. But he was able to get back in the game. And then a couple of unfortunate mistakes from Micah meant that he did not quite have enough honor to stay in it. So yeah, that will be it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next game.